may have noticed I made some appearance changes. Recently lost 107 pounds. What? What'd she say? Oh, 107! She looked good. And here's the thing, it's enough of an accomplishment to lose that weight, but I actually kept it off for 3 freaking years. And I know, that's the hard part, right? And you know what? I know you guys look at me like a life coach, a mentor, a role model, and so I'll tell you how I kept it off. I don't hold no freaking secrets. Listen to this shit. If you learn to use bulimia the right way, just eat stuff that tastes as good coming up as it did going down, just saying. No, that actually isn't even true, but it's God's cruel joke that I was ever freaking fat. It freaking sucked, because I was born skinny. I wasn't supposed to be a fat cunt. Guess what happened? I hit 18, everything went crazy. It did. So I went every goddamn diet in the world. And let me tell you all about them, because they're all designed to make us fucking failures and hate ourselves more, this diet industry. First of all, that Weight Watchers, they can lick my left clam, okay? Right? And oh my God, Nutrisystem, are you fucking kidding me with that shit? All I can say about Nutrisystem is that Marie Osmond is a lying freaking whore, okay? That box food tastes like Mrs. Dog the Bounty Hunter's snatch hole. Oh, and then this Jenny Craig. I tried that horrible program twice. It don't work. Maybe the reason it don't work is because every time I go there, the counselor who's trying to make me lose weight is still fucking fat. Really? Oh, okay, I'm gonna trust the fat bitch on how to lose weight. Why don't I just call up Bill Cosby for some rape prevention advice? But seriously, I wasn't even supposed to be fat during my life. Oh my God, but I went away to college. That's when it all started. I was lonely. It's terrible. I used food for emotional reasons. Some of you fat bitches know what I'm talking about. Look at this. No, not by rubbing it on your junk, bitch. I'm talking about you use it as a friend. And yes, did I eat an ice cream sandwich in the shower? Yes, I did. But I'm a freaking lady. The one time I ate pork chops on the toilet, I flushed those bones. But college was hard, man. And honestly, I'm telling you only the truth tonight about myself. Okay, the worst thing that happened to me in college was the night that I had a date rapist who took no for an answer. How unattractive must you feel when the known rapist you thought you could count on just to stick the tip in just a little after all the sororities rejected you? How must you feel when that guy looks at his watch and says, you know what, it's kind of late. Those joggers in the park ain't gonna rape themselves, so. I'm like, come back, Dr. Huxtable, come back! So honestly, I struggle with my weight, 18 years old to 50. And 3 years ago, I said, fuck it. I'm gonna save my own life. Because let me tell you, if I die, who the hell else is gonna come out here and call you all and blacks and cunts? Nobody's brave like Lisa Lampanelli. So here's what happened. I go to this doctor, and he says he's gonna do this operation called the gastric sleeve. This means they cut out 85% of your stomach so you can't eat like you got 10 rectums no more. And of course, I get the funny doctor. Like, this is the thing, man. Okay, everybody's nervous during surgery, but my doctor thinks he's hilarious. He's one of them Indian doctors, you know? No, not the, laying in a curb drunk by a casino Indian. Not the bad negotiating, they'll take a fucking necklace and give us Rhode Island fucking idiots. Feather-headed morons, no. I'm talking about that other type of Indians. You know, the stinky cow worshiping guys? Expedia.com thinks a freaking cow is a god. Are you fucking kidding me? So headset, not headdress Indian. So anyway, anyway, so it ends up, I go for the surgery, 5 a.m., I get to the hospital, I get all nervous. I said to him, listen, Dr. Apu, I have a question. Can I get my stomach back reinstalled if I get hungry? And guess what he says? He's like, oh, no, 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 my friend, my friend, my friend, my friend. We're going to use your stomach to cover the infield at Yankee Stadium. You know what's wild, too? Ever since I lost the weight, every interviewer starts with, oh, my God, you must love the way you look. Let me tell you something. I'm 53 freaking years old. In clothes, I'm clearly ridiculously hot. In clothes, I am a tasty piece of ass. However, out of clothes, just like the rest of you messes over 40, I am freaking horrifying. No, people, I don't give a crap if you were a supermodel when you were in your 20s. Right now, keep your goddamn clothes on. You make me fucking vomit. I hate you. Especially you men, have some goddamn dignity. Shower in a freaking robe. Spare your fucking significant other some stress and trauma. Because there's always something wrong with somebody's body over 40. There's always like a cellulite mass bubbling around back there. A freaking varicose bumpy vein threatened to pop all over TSA, and then my flight is fucking canceled. A stray cunt hair flailing in the breeze. Now I make it a specific point never to see myself naked in a mirror, just to preserve the shred of self-esteem I have mustered. But oh my God, today, the hotel they have me in, that mirror snuck up on me. And I caught a glimpse of my naked, cellulite, flabby, flat Howard Stern-looking ass. It looked like I sat on a gravel driveway naked for 5 hours. It's like, holy crap. Is that an ass or a relief map of the Himalayan mountains, for God's sake? Now, here's the deal. As you probably know, because I'm quite famous, I recently got a divorce from my ex-husband, Jimmy Big Balls. It's okay. It's very amicable. Thank God. And he also lost 98 pounds. Now, the reason I call him Jimmy Big Balls, you might not know. If you're fucking stupid, you can't put two in. Okay, picture this guy's freaking head. Imagine two of those in a pair of Hanes tighty whities. Actual size. I mean, that sack, Jesus Christ, it looked like two little midgets fighting their way out of a pink hairy parachute. I hadn't seen anything that big and hairy since I gave Snooki a pap smear. But see, this is how I know that God hates me. Even though Jimmy loses all this weight and looks great, every time he lost an ounce, it gravitated. And it migrated. And eventually settled in that fucking beanbag chair of a nutsack until he had to hold it up when he took a shit just in case. And you know how I knew it was big? Oh, Maron, one day, he's laying in bed naked. And he goes, hey, check it out. I look, sir, his bull was resting on my side of the bed. So, you know, I try to be positive because I'm a person who projects much light and love. And it was like, oh my God, wow, at least we never have to buy throw pillows again. But you know what, folks? Since I'm telling you the truth, I will tell you this. I think that is the night that I knew the marriage was not meant to be. No, you laugh. But seeing that ball on the sheet and the other one on the nightstand. So anyway, I adopted the greatest dog in history. Oh my God. I named him Parker after Sarah Jessica Parker. No, because of the really astounding resemblance. You know what, people? I'm like really disappointed in you right now. Let me set the goddamn record straight. SJP does not look like a dog. She looks exactly like a horse. Okay, this is really mean. I can't even believe I joke about her because she is like my hero of my whole life. But okay, listen. Don't tell her. There's a website that's literally called www.sarahjessicaparkerlookslikeahorse.com. And they asked her on a talk show if she ever read it, and she went, and the host said, come on, how many times has you looked at it? And she went, anyway, my dog is awesome, but see, you gotta know the rules. Here's what you do. The first thing you do when you get your dog home, you go onto the computer and you Google the words service vest. Ah, she knows the scam. This thing is a vest that you get to put on your little rotten dog, and you get to take him anywhere you want, and nobody's allowed to ask you what the hell is wrong with you. Somebody made the mistake of asking me why I had the dog. I said, 'cause I'm Now, honestly, your dog doesn't even have to be helpful. My dog, seriously, doesn't do shit. He is about as useful as a Kardashian in a library. Get all derailed and talk about the Kardashians, but I'm gonna say one thing about them that I'm pretty freaking pissed at. They stole my whole game, okay? I was banging the black guys first, all right? Not those three hoes. So anyway, this vest you put on your dog, you take him anywhere, because it's frowned upon, apparently, to leave your dog in a car with the windows rolled up. And you don't want to be late. Like, black guy, suppose you are late. Well, that's a given. Oh, but suppose you're late for your appointment with your parole officer. Other black, suppose they're about to re-release the McRib. Black people love ribs. It's a fact. It's not something I made up. We all know. Now, like I said, my dog's useless, but now that the airlines are asking for a little note of what's your problem, I had my shrink write me the note of notes. Because first of all, he's a perfect combo to be a good fucking liar. He's and a fag. So this guy, Dr. Lopez or some shit, Lopez of corn, he wrote on my note that I need the service dog because I have a rare fainting disorder and my dog wakes me up if I'm about to hit my fucking head. Is that not the best excuse ever, combining the shifty Hispanic with the creative in one? No, trust me, when you fly on these airlines, I'm freaking airline. You know what? What the fuck? Who's old here? Sir, you on the end. It's not an insult. You're an older man. How old are you, sir? 73, God bless you. He ain't long for this fucking world. Sir, don't you resent, remember in the old days when you'd fly and everybody get dressed up and it was like an actual thing and the stewardesses were sexy, they were hot, there was a weight requirement? Oy vey, I had 2 goddamn stewardesses on the flight, looked like Shrek 1 and Shrek 2. I'm telling you, they won't help you with nothing. They will not put your cramp in your overhead bin, even if you're faking a really authentic-looking rotator cuff injury like I was. Matter of fact, the only guys who ever helped me, the only stewardesses ever did put it in the overhead for me, were a gay stewardess, a man. Those men will help you, right? You're very helpful. I know. Gay men love doing that for you because they're used to shoving big things into tiny little spaces. So I know all the rules about taking my dog on a plane. But one day I have him in his little bag, he starts barking. Now, come on. Your heart's gotta go out to a pet like that. Oh, because I turn him into a total queer when I'm talking to my dog. You guys would not recognize me in private. I'm like, oh, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? But then I turn that way and I can't turn it off. And my gay friends come over. I'm like, oh, who's a good f***? Who's a good cornholer? And then they all just lick each other's asses. So it's nice. So my dog's barking. The plane's trying to take off. I feel bad for the passengers. I put his little bag on my lap. And then all I did was I took his little head out. It was so cute. I know, right? He was looking around. And then I took that zipper and I put it against that goddamn larynx of his. And I put my lips to his little doggy left ear and I said, shut the fuck up, Parker. Shut your fucking mouth. Mommy's a fourth-level fake-ass celebrity. Shut your goddamn mouth. I'll fucking kill you in your sleep and feed you to that chinky lady over at the fucking buffet. Shut the fuck up. So he and I come to a nice understanding. But then guess what? Shrek 1 has to come up and interfere. And she's like, you have to put the head of the dog in the bag. Now, people, I'm no terrorist. So I'm not gonna yell at some bitch on a plane. But I just poked the dog in his ribs. I said, no, it's so we won't bark. And I poke him and he goes, So she's being cool, but guess what? Guess who has to pipe up, get in the conversation? Fucking asshole sitting next to me. Figures he's gonna state his opinion, but he don't realize who the fuck he happens to be sitting next to. Another benefit of losing over 100 pounds and getting your hair cut to look like Rod Stewart's half a lesbo sister. So the guy has the nerve to say, why don't you just leave the freaking dog at home? Now, ladies and gentlemen, come on. I don't act. I react. And I'm Lisa freaking Lampanelli. Are you kidding me with this? So, I can't help what I say. So I honestly said this, it was so horrible. He goes, why don't you leave the freaking dog at home? And I go, really, sir? Great idea. In the meantime, why don't you go fuck your mother? How's that sound? Yeah, because I'm sure at one time or another, I've had to listen to your ugly kid screaming away when you should have had him stowed in the overhead compartment wheels first, bitch. Oh, you guys didn't know that's the new rule. If you have children under 10, they must be stowed in the overhead compartments. Would that not be the greatest? Oh my God, I fucking hate those screaming kids. Oh, but by the way, there's always a woman after the show who really hates that joke. And she finds it very difficult to hear humor like that. And she's always a mom, always a white mom, the healthy snack mom. The mom who buys her kid food gluten-free as if gluten's actually a thing. And she's that mom who, now that she opened up her horrible, splotchy, bumpy thighs and that little frickin' bloody head skyrocketed across the room, that she was suddenly reborn, Mother Earth knows all. When a mere 3 years ago, she had 5 black cocks stuffed up in that frickin' thing. Do to your response to those women. I can tell you all have a bone to pick with that type of mother. So you know what? I think it's my responsibility as an elected official to give a public service announcement to those mothers out there who are like that. Yes, because I don't know how, but always at least a couple find their way into my show. I don't know how they even heard of me. It's like their husband said, no, honey, come on. No, she's fine. No, seriously. No, come on, man. She's like Kathy Griffin. It'll be great. Don't worry about it. Okay, so this is a public service announcement for those mothers. And by the way, if you guys look around and you don't see one of those moms, guess what? You are that freaking mom. Okay, mothers. PSA number 1. There is no such goddamn thing as a peanut allergy. That is a bullshit made-up allergy that your little rotten spoiled white kid made up in his own head so he could get a delicious bologna sandwich instead of the peanut butter and jelly on 2 stale heels of Wonder Bread that he so richly earned. Yeah. If you think your kid is allergic to peanuts, guess what? Go home tonight, spread a jar of Jif all over his ugly, splotchy body. He'll either break out in hives and be cured instantly, or he'll be dead, and either way's fine with Lisa Lampanelli. PSA number 2. Mothers, stop shopping at Whole Foods. Fuck Whole Foods in the ass, mouth, and gut. Fuck them. Who on God's green earth needs 2 grapefruits for $79.99? They're like, oh, they're organic and fresh. Really? So's my twat, but I don't charge $79.99. Way, did you ever notice the only bitches who shop at Whole Foods are 400-pound women? Bitch, it's called Whole Foods, not eat the whole fucking store. And PSA number 3, stop with the goddamned hand sanitizer. Quit it with the Purell. You're turning your little boys into little germophobic people with compromised immune systems like these 2 fucking fags. This has been a public service announcement by Lisa Lampanelli. I approve this message. That was insane. I was like yelling really loud. Where was I? Oh, yeah. There's always that bitch who comes up to me after the show. She's like, Lisa, that joke about the overhead compartment is very dangerous and irresponsible. If I put my child into the overhead compartment, he could suffocate and die. I'm like, oh my God, maybe if he does? Isn't that what's meant to be? See, I believe in all that stuff. If it's meant to be, it's meant to be. I like all the sayings, you know? Because I work on myself. I've been doing very intense work on In fact, a couple weeks ago, I went on this 7-day yoga retreat. And get this, I don't do yoga. I don't even know what the fuck yoga is. I thought it was a frozen yogurt retreat. Now, I can tell you honestly, after 7 days of boring hell watching these fat bitches who just wanted a place to go for a week that they didn't have to put a zipper on their fucking pants. After watching these yeast infections waiting to happen for a week, I can honestly say and observe that I am sure that yoga was invented by some fag who wanted to learn how to suck his own cock for himself. Pretty confident of that. So I'm at this yoga retreat. I'm bored to death. There's no TV. There's nothing. I said, okay, I'm going to go to the gift shop. Well, get this. All these rich whores who go to those things, they're easy marks. They'll buy anything with a nice saying on it. They're so fucking stupid. There was a little basket. You're going to die. Spick, you'll die. Freaking. They had these rocks. These whores are buying rocks with a saying on it. Are you kidding me? Collect your own, you stupid bitch. You got a Sharpie? They're banging them each for $20 for a rock. And it says nice stuff on them. It says, believe, dream, Namist. I don't know what that is. I don't speak Spanish, but I will find out. So I was so angry at these women spending their money on that crap. I said, when I go back, I'm mixing up a few rocks of my own. I can do shit that I would say to people. Screw that, I need a couple of rocks and a freaking Sharpie. I'm golden. My rocks will say stuff that'll set these bitches' heads spinning. My rocks will say, you're worthless. You'll never find love. Black guy, that's not your real father. Would that not be like the best new thing for me to go into? I could become this crazy spiritual guru who just got everybody going on my wavelength. I have my first inspirational greeting card. I'm going to perform it for you right now. Dance as if no one's watching. Love as if you'll never be hurt again. And queef as if nobody's listening. When I was married, I weighed 248. That's okay, I'm not ashamed. Now I'm fucking sexy and hot. However, when you're that big, sometimes you hate your looks. And oh man, it was terrible in a marriage. I couldn't take a compliment. Poor Jimmy, he'd be like, oh, you look nice. And I'd be, shut the fuck up, you fat piece of shit. After a year of intense 4-time-a-week therapy, I have come to realize that may have not been the right response. No, it's true, I learned that. Like, they have this thing in therapy called positive self-talk. That's when you look in a mirror and you say nice things to yourself. So even back then, I shouldn't have been so hard on myself. I should have looked in the mirror with a little self-compassion and said, you know what, Lisa? It's okay you have a huge gunt. At least it makes your dick look smaller. Oh my God, would that not be the coolest thing ever if I had a secret hidden penis that I could whip out and use whenever I needed to, because you know my thing would be big and you know my shit would be black, am I right? So you people laugh, but I'm gonna tell you something. If you have never been overweight, you do not understand how hard it is. Do you know how difficult it is when I would walk onto a plane, celebrity that I am, 250 fucking pounds, and looking at all you skinny fucking assholes dreading that I would sit my fat ass next to you? You don't even have the nice temerity to lift up that armrest so it doesn't hit my ass cheek every time I walk down the aisle. One time I sat next to a guy, a skinny bastard, and he gives me that look like, ugh. I just snapped. I go, oh, really? You got that screaming infant on your lap, and you're worried about my love handle ruining your flight? Tell you what, stop whining like a cunt, tuck in your elbows, and just be happy you'll have something soft to bump into when the plane crashes. That being said, you know what? If you're out there and you're overweight, you always have a place on a plane next to Lisa Lampanelli. I love it. Fat people, come and sit next to me, man. I love sitting next to fat people. They don't talk. They're too busy chewing. And also, guys, do yourself a favor, and your woman, even if you sense she's getting a little chunky, do not call your woman fat. That is the last word that a woman can be called. Well, she will twist your penis penis into a balloon animal elephant.